That's it. We're done. So yeah. So everything you say and do is now recorded.
Oh.
So yeah. So watch the language, okay?
It may be used as evidence. Yes.
Yeah, one way or another. Okay, so welcome to the new people and welcome back to everybody else. Fantastic. So Unit 3, right. So Unit 3 is titled, as you know, Analytical Drawing and Painting. Now, I've been in a bit of a quandary about this one. Not that I'm worried about it, but maybe some of you might be worried about it because you might be thinking that word analytical might be causing my head to go a little bit strange, because some of us may be feeling a bit apprehensive about that word. So I'm going to replace that word with another word, which I think is more apt and perhaps a little bit softer on the brain, and that is the word curiosity. So I want you to think of that in your minds all the time when we're looking at the work I'm going to show you in a minute. It's curiosity. And how curious are you about the world, about how you live, where you live, what you look at? Your curiosity that runs across art and science, because that's going to come into this a bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just share my screen in a moment, show you, I'll go through it fairly quickly, just a kind of overview of artwork from the Renaissance period in Italy to contemporary artists that have an analytical curiosity flavor to it, okay? The end of that, then we're going to do a little drawing exercise in a particular manner, in a manner that's taught in art schools, not so much now, but let's say it underpins this process. So we'll have a go at that, and you will do that, and then your assignment will be based upon developing that at home, and I'll talk about that at the end. In terms of materials for today, all you're going to need is some nice sharp pencils, and I mean sharp, nice points on there. Not those, some people look at their pencil and think, oh, it's sharp. But when you really look at it, it's got a really lovely point on it. And I've got about half a dozen here. Doesn't mean I'm going to need them all, but I will. It's easier if I don't have to keep sharpening them all the time. And the grade of pencils that you need, as you know, all pencils have a grade to them, graphite pencils, and which is, for this particular style of drawing, you need something around the Bs, HBs, maybe 2Bs, but not anything really softer than that for this, okay? So you'll need those. Doesn't matter if you haven't got them, you can ordinarily use a 4B or 6B, but again, you'll have a darker line, which is not so important today. So I've got those, and the size of paper, so I've got an A4 sketchbook here for a little bit of warming up exercise. We'll do that later on. And I've got another piece of paper that's A3, and I put it on a board like this, and I've drawn a frame on it, which we'll come to later on, because it has to be a particular size, this, and it's the size of the image on your screen when we get to it. So don't worry about it now, but I've got those things ready here for later on. Okay? Now, I did say a pair of scissors, because you can cut the paper to fit the exact size of the image that you see on the screen later on. Okay, but you can forget that now until later.